Welcome to the deep dive. So, today we're diving into something really important and honestly, often quite heartbreaking. Accountability in elder care. We got some really compelling source material here detailing a landmark legal case. And our mission really is to understand the gravity of neglect in nursing facilities and also how legal avenues are actually there to, help protect our most vulnerable loved ones.
Yeah, and what's fascinating, I think, is how this specific case, this $2.3 million settlement against a California nursing facility, well, it really shines a light, doesn't it, on the bigger picture. The systemic problems and the role that this specialized legal action plays. People sometimes call it bedsore law.
Bedsore law.
Right. It's not like a separate law itself, but it's a focus within personal injury or medical malpractice law. It specifically targets that kind of neglect in long-term care, the things that lead to preventable pressure sores, dehydration, malnutrition, basically failures in really basic care.
Okay. So let's unpack this with a specific example. Really bring it home. The material, it details Eleanor's story. She was 82, a retired teacher.
Mm-hmm. Avid gardener, grandmother.
Right. And her family, they trusted a prominent nursing home with her care because she had mobility issues. But instead she suffered just unimaginable neglect.
So what were the systemic cracks here? How did Eleanor fall through them?
Well, connecting her story to that bigger picture, the investigation found several systemic failures.
Yeah.
And these are things we see, unfortunately, far too often. It wasn't just, one mistake. The place was severely understaffed.
Understaffed.
Yeah, meaning caregivers just couldn't reposition residents like Eleanor regularly.
Okay.
And that directly led to her getting these awful preventable pressure injuries or bed sores. Then there was substandard medical care, basic wound prevention, treatment protocols just ignored. Consistently. And crucially, there was this shocking, persistent lack of communication with her family. They weren't told how bad things were getting.
Wow. So they were kept in the dark. Pretty much. And on top of that, the findings highlighted multiple regulatory violations, inadequate staff training, failure to maintain basic hygiene. It all created an environment where neglect could just thrive.
Just terrible. And this is where the push for accountability starts, right?
Yeah.
Her family turned to bedsore law.
Exactly. They sought justice. And the investigation, it was exhaustive. It uncovered critical evidence.
Like what kind of evidence?
We're talking medical records showing treatment was delayed, internal documents. This is incredible. Showing money meant for patient care was actually funneled into the owner's pockets.
No way.
Yes. Plus, expert testimonies detailing just how bad the care failures were and witness statements from former staff about the neglectful practices being systemic.
So it wasn't just one bad nurse or aide.
No, definitely not. It showed the nursing home's actions were part of a deliberate pattern, cutting costs, directly at the expense of the residents' health and safety.
So what happened? What was the impact of all this?
Well, faced with this mountain of evidence, the nursing facility, they agreed to settle. A confidential $2.3 million settlement.
$2.3 million.
Right. But look, it's not just about the money for the family, that's obviously vital. It serves as a really stark warning to other facilities. It says, loud and clear, neglect and just won't be tolerated. It's a clear example of how this specialized legal help, this bedsore law focus, it directly holds facilities accountable. But just as importantly, it pushes for systemic change, hopefully improving care standards across the board. These settlements, they often trigger closer scrutiny from regulators,
Right, they put facilities on notice.
Exactly, and they can impact insurance costs for bad actors, empower advocacy groups. It forces real changes sometimes.
So, okay, wrapping this up. What does this all mean for you, our listener? Eleanor's story, as tragic as it is, it's a sharp reminder, isn't it, about how important vigilance is.
And advocacy.
Protecting our loved ones. And the sources, they really emphasize, if you suspect neglect or abuse, don't wait, don't hesitate, take action. And know that organizations like Bedsore.law, they specialize in these cases nationwide. They offer a path to justice.
Indeed. And this deep dive, it really just highlights that knowledge is power. So maybe the question for you listening is, what proactive steps can you take, in your own communities to make sure facilities are really upholding their duty of care, making sure every senior has dignity and safety long before lawyers even need to get involved?
Something to think about. How do we demand better?
Exactly. Empowering yourself, empowering your community. That's key.